here again, that's NASCAR is a discipline. It's a specialty in itself. It's you can gravitate toward it or not. I mean, from my standpoint, during my career, I was curious about. I always loved, primarily, my specialty was open wheel, single seaters, and that was my first love, and so on and so forth. But I was curious about, even NASCAR, and I, not only NASCAR, I did some stock cars in USAC, which was the same categories, same cars. And I drove some there, some road courses. I won actually in Canada, and I did some ovals, even on the dirt. So I just wanted to have that up to see what was going on. And again, I repeat, it's a specialty in itself. It's when you can see when a driver from single seater goes to NASCAR, you have the tendency to overdrive because you reach the limit very quickly on those cars. And then vice versa, you've seen Jimmy Johnson, 7-time NASCAR champion, and just incredible career in NASCAR, and he's coming to IndyCar, and he's having a difficult time, really feeling and understanding the limit of an open wheel car. And he's admitting that. I think he's having fun doing it. It's an experience, but at the same time, like I said, there's specialties here. From my standpoint, to be able to just go to another discipline and not just drive, but to win, that's the ultimate satisfaction. And I think I derived that, especially winning their biggest race, which is Daytona. And I didn't just luck into that. I led 118 of 200 laps, so I was a protagonist from the beginning. And I derive immense satisfaction out of doing that. And why? Because I had the equipment. I was there with one of the top teams, one of the top 4 team. My teammate was called, he was one of the top, NASCAR driver, Fred Lorenzen, and he finished second to me. So that was even, to me, more of a premium, and he was called the golden boy of NASCAR at the time. So there's nothing more that I could have wanted from it. So again, it's very specialized. Every discipline is very specialized. And the trick is to be with the right team, to have the equipment. That's the only chance you have, obviously, to bring in results. And from my career standpoint, I was fortunate enough to do that, to have that. And again, it's really interesting in every way. There's a lot of strategies because the races are so long. Each race is incredibly long. And so from the standpoint of fighting, you always have a chance. Even if you have problems at the beginning, you fight. So it's got a lot of that characteristic. And so again, it's different. It's something that, a lot of people gravitate to it. It's got a huge fan base, because you relate with the cars you drive on the road, so to speak. There's a brand loyalty, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, you know what I mean? So all of that plays. And it's an extremely popular series. And so, again, I personally, I feel so fortunate that I've had those experiences as well, but it's what really turns you on. I could not have been satisfied doing a career there because my real passion and love was for the purest form of the sport, which is single seaters, open wheel, open cockpit, single seaters.